This problem is called activity-based costing, and we are going to be looking at a company called Budget Bedroom Sets. And we have some data presented here which shows the direct materials at 80,000, direct labor at 800, and the direct labor rate, meaning the wage per hour, is $22. So with activity-based costing, what you are essentially doing here is you're breaking down your overhead. So instead of having one overhead amount that you are assigning to all of your products, you will find in the business world that different products may use overhead to a different extent. So here you see we have the overhead broken down into several categories. So there's engineering design, the machine setup, machining, assembly, and packaging and shipping. So depending on the product that you're making, one product may use, say, more design, and maybe others might use more machine setup or assembly. So you're being more accurate than just having one amount that you're just assigning to all your products that you're making. So when we have your cost pools identified, so in a problem that you would be given in an exam, you would be given the activity cost pools. You would also be given your cost drivers. And here the next column is the activity-based overhead rate. So this $30 means the cost for engineering design is $30 per hour. Machine setup, it's costing you $200 per setup. So when you're looking at something like machine setup, this usually involves some reconfiguration of your manufacturing equipment as you move from manufacturing, say for instance, a sofa versus a bedroom set. Machining is the actual machining cost. It's calculated here at $25 per machine hour. Assembly, here the cost driver is the number of assemblies, so it's $8 per assembly. And finally, packaging and shipping, it's $21 per shipping and packaging hour. So the final column over here is giving you the estimate of how much of each cost pool you're expected to use in order to completely manufacture 100 bedroom sets. So here, to make the 100 bedroom sets, you're expected to use 330 engineering hours for setups, 22 setups, machining, 732 machine hours, assembly, 1,450 number of assemblies, and packaging and shipping, it's 300 hours of packing and shipping. So what we will do here is we'll start off by illustrating the traditional costing system. So this is where we just have one overhead rate assigned to all of your products. So we'll start off here with identifying your direct materials cost. So we are told that your direct materials costs are $80,000. Your direct labor, so that you are given, so you know that it's 800 hours times your rate, which is $22. So we just use our trusty formula here, 800 times $22, 17,600. So the overhead assigned here, you were told that your predetermined overhead rate as a percentage of direct labor, and we'll just make that column a little larger so we can see here, is 200%. So basically you're going to take your 17,600, so 17 600, and you're going to multiply that by the 200%. So when you go over here, you are going to basically be calculating this as your 17,600 times 2. That will give you 35,200. Total cost assigned for materials, labor, and overhead, 132,800. When you look at this divided out over the number of bedroom sets you make, it's 132,800 divided by 100, which means it's costing $1,328 to make one bedroom set. So that concludes the demonstration on the traditional costing for overhead.